Hi everyone, I hope everybody's doing really well. If everyone remembers correctly, I bought a tool chest. I'll insert a picture. And inside that tool chest was a lot of tools. There was hundreds and hundreds of tools. So I've sifted through the tools which I purchased, and this lot and another lot are the two lots I've decided I could probably find a home for, which might make nice restorations on the channel or whatever. So I'll go through it first. So the first thing I'm going to keep is the punch, which has punched all the marks on all the tools. Bang there. So I always keep these whenever I buy a toolbox. I always keep the name punch, which reminds me of the person who bought it. So there's 3 toolboxes there which I've bought, which have been like tool chests. So I'm going to keep that one and put it with the others, keep it nice and safe. Because people don't value that, so it'll probably get discarded whoever buys it. So I want to preserve it as best as I can. So inside this box, which is also marked GND, is quite an interesting cutting tool, and I thought that's quite cool. So I decided I was going to keep that and put that with my my bits which I have. I really love this hammer. I think it's one of the stars. I love the Art Deco sort of design. So I think that could be polished up absolutely beautiful, possibly, and replace the timber pieces. So imagine if you hit this way, you could knock this off, and then you could knock them possibly out, and put new ones in, which might be a great project to do. So, and then obviously refinish this handle. So that's a beautiful hammer. So I think I'm gonna try and keep that one. Same with this one. I think it's also a nice hammer, but obviously I need to replace the wood wedges, so that might be a project. Maybe I'll do the two together. So I decided to keep that. I decided to keep the little boy's hatchet. I think it's quite a nice one, so I decided to keep that one. There was 2 metal spoke shaves in the lot. This one seems to be unbranded, but it feels like quite a nice one. And then obviously we've got this record number 51, 151 shall I say. So I think I'm going to keep that. I've got this quite nice ebony and brass mortise gauge, and I think that'll clean up quite nice, so I'm going to keep that one as well. And then I was really debating on this because it's a really nice set of 5, but it take quite a lot of space up in drawers, and I was should I shouldn't have, but they're all like a graduated set, and I thought should I shouldn't. So anyway, I decided to keep those, because I think especially those 3, I just decided to keep them. So this is the first lot. I'll clear this off and I'll show you the second lot I'm keeping. Hi guys, so this is the second lot of tools, and this is between that lot and this lot is everything I've decided to keep out of the toolbox. And there's some nice things in here, so I'm quite happy with it. So probably the star, believe it or not, is this old stone. You can see it's been hand drilled out. Now this is a natural stone, a green stone, and if I can prise it out, you can see it's very uneven, different shape, bigger to thicker, missing corners. Now this is a natural stone, not a man-made stone, and they are very, very rare. And this is a nice one, nice and flat. So this is a beautiful stone. It needs another case making for it ideally, with a little bit of wood either end, so you can actually use the full stone when you're sharpening without falling off. But this is a beauty, and definitely worth saving. So I don't want to lose that one. I decided to keep this level. Let me see if I can poke it out. This sort of large angle finder. I think that is super cool. Made out of oak, quite a nice grain of oak as well. So I decided I'm going to clean that up and I'm going to throw that in the workshop in the back garden. Of course, everybody knows I'm going to keep that. It's a nice one as well, made in Glasgow, so that'll be a nice clean up job. We've got this Stanley 199. I've got a lot of Stanley 199s, but this one's a nice one, so you know, bit of fun. I got this nice boxwood ruler, and it's a different maker. Oh no, it's not. It's a J. Raybone and Son. But a reason why I like it, it's quite small, and it's got these beautiful. And I've not got a ruler with one of those like beveled internal edges for finer points. With a fine, you see, it's even got a finer scale. If you see here, a really fine scale. There we go. So I've never seen one of those before, and I think that's an absolute beautiful rule. It's got a bit of gunk on it. Could do with a light clean and an oil, but it's beautiful. I decided to keep this dowel plate. For some reason in the video, I didn't seem to know what it was, but it's obviously a dowel plate for putting round square stock through to make round dowels. It's a big, thick, look like half-inch plate with a dowel maker. So I'm going to clean that up and put that with my woodworking stuff. That's a nice one. I got 2 of these rulers. These Rathbone 1190s. I've never seen one before, but I think they're super cool with having the brass level. So those will clean up and those will go in the ruler collection, which I'll be super happy about. So I'll put those there. We've got this centre finder, homemade centre finder, and that's beautiful. So I'm gonna give that a good clean up and an oil and put that to use, hopefully. There was absolutely heaps and heaps and heaps of chisels, so I just decided to keep a few. I only kept ones with perfect handles, and I only kept mostly the longer ones because I have a ton. I'll insert a picture to show you how many I've got. So that's a considerable amount of chisels, so I'd rather pass them on to somebody else who can use them. I don't need any more than that. So I decided to keep this one. I'm not sure the name on it. I think it might be, yeah, WS Marples and Son, but it's quite a large roughing gouge. So I thought that was kind of cool, so I went with that. The next thing I decided to keep was this little banjo oiler. I thought that's kind of cool, and this little angled plate for making dovetails. We got a little set of nippers. I decided to keep these because they're quite small, and I thought they were quite cute. A lot of people pointed out what this is for. It says a depth stop for your auger bits. And it's a Miller's Falls depth stop, so thanks for pointing that out to me. I kind of knew what it was, I just didn't say it in the video, but yeah, I'm appreciative. I really like this little, I hope that's not broken under there. I suspect it probably is, isn't it? Let's have a look. I've not actually looked. Yeah, it is broken, but I'm still going to keep it because it's exquisitely carved. This little spoke shave, and I'm not going to use it, but I just like the shape of it. I think it's a beauty. I've got some chisels here. This one is a Marples, and I love paring chisels. A paring chisel is probably the nicest feeling chisel. It's so slim, and it's just, you put one of these in your hand, these iSorbies, they're just absolutely exquisite. So I might already have it, but I'm going to keep it anyway. I got another one here, which is, I'm not sure, I can't read it. It says made in Sheffield, but it's a nice long one. Got 2 more long ones. I decided to keep this because I think the brass will polish up really nicely, and I just love that sweeping handle of the ebony, so that was a beauty. We've got this other paring chisel, which is nice. I decided to keep this one because it's so heavy duty, and it's got, looks like an arrow there, so I wonder if that's anything, an arrow, then a H, then a J. James something, it just feels so heavy duty, so I'm going to try and clean that up at some point. We got this nice angle finder, and I thought that was kind of cool, so I decided to keep that. Just this random handle it's a nice handle and it'll clean up. So I never throw good handles away because I always have more blades. And then this cool multi-tool with a saw, screwdriver and all sorts in there. So that'll be a fun little project one day. So, and I'll show you what else I got. There was actually some more things which I forgot about. I'm just going to show you now. Yeah, I forgot about these. I did say it was 2, but actually it's 3 lots. They're on the other side. I was just reminding me. Are these gouges? That's a Robert Sorby gouge. Now I have got a lathe, and I do have a set, but these are longer. And I imagine the Sorby ones are exquisite, you know, steel. So decided to keep that one. We have another Sorby chisel. I decided to keep that one. We've got this super heavy duty. I said something and Sons Sheffield. It might be oh yeah, there we go. Marples and Sons. I don't know if you can read out, Marples and Sons. So I decided to keep that one. That's a beauty. Very heavy duty, these two. And I've got this big gouge, which is also a Marples and Sons. It's weird that the sticker seems to be more readable and more legible than the actual writing on the stamp, which is kind of interesting. I don't think they've had heavy use as the stickers are still in situ, and the grinds look pretty good. So I think those will be a beautiful roughing gouge, heavy duty steel. So I got 4 of those, and I really don't have the space for these. I've decided to list the box on eBay. It's on there now, about 20 odd pounds, 99p start, no reserve, because I want it to be passed on. I don't want to just hoard things I don't really have the space for, just chucking it in some building. I do have other buildings I could put it, but I just don't want to store it for just indefinite. I'd rather pass it on. But I couldn't throw away these 3 Diston hand saws. I mean you can see here the writing's still legible. I don't know if you can see it, Henry Diston and Son. And I just think they feel absolutely exquisite. Look at that, it's got 5 screws through the handle. That's quality, isn't it? And the teeth look to be extremely well done, well cut, hardly used. These are excellent saws and they're in excellent condition, and they're just beautiful. I mean, this one's another beautiful Diston saw as well. Still reasonably legible on the side of the saw. The teeth are also really very sharp, very done, well sharpened. Excellent saws. They feel like they just fit your hand like absolute butter. They do. They're just gorgeous. So I could, and then possibly my favorite one is this Diston. I don't know if you can read the writing. This Diston and Sons Philadelphia, Henry Diston and Son, cast steel with this massive brass or bronze thick back on it, super thick back, heavy duty, like dovetail saw or crosscut saw or whatever it's called, but it is a beauty. So so it's a back saw with a heavy back, very rigid, very straight, and it's a beauty. And I reckon that would polish up. If I could take those off, take these screws off, and then refinish this handle, polish this up, I reckon that'll be an absolute beauty. That. So those are an absolute highlight for me, the 3 Diston saws and those chisels. So that is everything I've decided to keep in the lot. So I hope everybody found that interesting. Feel free to leave comments. Let me know what you think the best item is, and if there's anything I didn't decide to keep you would have kept and why, please put in the description below in the box. I'd be interested to see what mistakes I've made. But you can't keep everything in life. I'd love to keep it as a whole time capsule, but I just don't have the space. And the guy I bought it off, he would have just stripped it and just sold every item individually. So at least I can keep some of the items together and hopefully send them to somebody else together, because he would have just stripped the lot and sold them individual items. He said that was what he was going to do. Alright, so thanks for watching if you've got this far in the video. Alright, take care. Bye.